Hello YouTube, this is Shoots 4, also known as Galopulus. This is a 6-player free-for-all sword resolution battle. I command the Armenians. I have 3 cataphracts. I have 2 cataphract archers, 2 regular archers, 3 heavy spearmen, and 2 Armenian legionnaires. Go over here. Check out this Lucid player. He's the opponent I face first. He's commanded by they are commanded by lots of laughs. Win. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4. I think he has more than that, but I'll probably hit another notch over here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Silver Shield Pikemen. Like 1, 2, 5 archers and 6 cataphracts. Let's see, let's go here to Carthage. Carthage is commanded by Andos's king. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slinger units, 3 sacred band cav, 1, 2, 1. So I see 1. See 2 Poenis and 5 Sacred Band infantry. The Scythian over here, well, he's not in range because this was a restricted camera. I didn't host this, but it was restricted camera, so you won't see everything here. But he has a bunch of Scythian noble archers, essentially a bunch of cavalry and some axemen. Let's see. We go over here to the Macedonians, commanded by Rome Zero, who I've fought before on some of my multiplayer battles. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 companion cav, 1 general armored bodyguard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 royal pikemen, and the Scipii, commanded by player 672, has 4 Praetorian cav, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 urban cohorts. I'm going to go ahead and keep us over here on the Scipii battle, because all I basically do at the beginning of this, keep in mind, I had played a total of 7 games last night. This is my 7th one. 5 of my previous 6 games I had been tag teamed on, so I wasn't going to take any chances in this game. I saw the Seleucid player over here had the high ground. Excuse me. I saw the Seleucids had the high ground, so I decided to come over here up on this hill, maybe lure him down in here, catch him in this valley in between the 2 hills. But basically, we have a fight right in here in this little slope of both these hills. So I'll go back to that in just a second. But I said Scipii and Macedon fight almost immediately. I was kind of surprised on how it worked out, but I'll let you guys watch this. Essentially, the Scipii player just charges the Macedonian pikes, then just outmaneuvers the Macedonian cav and wins the day. But I'll just let you watch this and kind of go from there, okay, guys? Here was a pretty decent charge from the Macedonian player, but what he didn't do, he should have brought at least 1 more of his cav units around, just in case that did happen. So he ended up losing quite a few of his companions there. Now on the Scipii right, the Macedonians are actually having the advantage in this fight for the moment, but that does change here rather quickly. These Macedonians, they're just sitting here in the forest. Eventually they'll be hidden excuse me, for a few minutes. So anyway, in the background over here, the Scythian player, who I don't know if I told you style fight for the Scythians. They do it. He really does a pretty good job with the Scythians against the Carthaginian army. And then back over here on my side of the field, you'll see myself and the Seleucids approaching. Well, he's approaching me now. I'm already in position, more or less. Back over here to the Scipii and Macedon fight. As you see, the Scipii are beginning to turn the flanks. So it's almost over for the Macedonian player. Now me and the Seleucids, I decide, as I have my Cataphract archers on fire at will mode right now, what I end up deciding to do is to target his archers, because he has a lot more than I do, so I didn't want that to make to be a strategic blunder on my part, so I went ahead and started targeting some archers. And that's really all we do here for probably a couple minutes, is just basically archer the hell out of each other. I'll come back to this in just a minute and you'll see a little more of a fight. And like I said, over here we have Macedonians are putting a pretty good fight here, but no cavalry, and with more or less no cavalry anymore. The advantage completely belongs to the Roman. I mean, he can just hammer and anvil the Macedonians to death. He pretty much does that. So that's pretty much how the rest of this fight unfolds. So he's got these Praetorians back here in the back here, kind of off the battle, where they had gotten started routing, but came back from routing, kind of like these Macedonian cavalry over here, Romanian cavalry over here. But essentially, this fight's over. The Romans got him surrounded in this battle. We go over here to the Carthaginian Scythian fight. Like I said, they just kind of square off with this hit-and-run style battle, and you can tell that no one is absolutely driving this. Or the Scythian player is absolutely driving the Carthaginian player crazy, going by how he's
the enemy general shows his value.
He's even got force.
The enemy general has been killed. Now we will see the
He
measure
actually
of
it
these
took time to bring
soldiers'
forces
courage.
around to his rear, and that really kind of kills the Sacred Band Cav pretty quick. Oh, we'll sit here and watch a little bit of this. I didn't really get to see this fight all that much during the game, but I did look at the replay last night.
Enemy cowards, run!
Fired this up this
Drive
morning
them from the battlefield.
let you guys all see it. You know, once the companion, or once the Sacred Band Cav is gone, it's pretty much a static army against a mobile army, and a mobile army will win almost all the time. At least historically speaking. It just depends on who you are on this game, whether or not that actually works itself out or not. Let's go back over here to my fight. Again, we're kind of still skirmishing. He is moving forward somewhat. I do meet him, I believe, right in here. I do have a little bit of a hill advantage, but I needed that simply because he outnumbered me so bad. He didn't have a huge amount of upgrades, but he had enough. We're fixing to see a cataphract charge that he makes, and I actually charge him right back. I thought about, see, I split my cataphracts up. He outnumbered me 6-3 in cataphracts, so I kind of figured that I should try to keep most of my cataphracts on my right, since the terrain is not as much to my advantage over on this side, where it is over on the left, on my left. You know, my left, I could come up and then swing down the hill on his cataphracts there. So, but like I said, you'll see what happens here in a second. Like, we go ahead and charge into each other here, about number 4-2 here. So I go ahead and send some legionaries over here to help. He tries to hit my cataphract archers, but they run away in time. Then he goes after my legionnaires, and well, that doesn't turn out very well for him. But he sees that his cataphracts over here are losing the battle, so he brings the rest of his cataphracts up here. charges in, and I bring my cataphracts to my general, and assist my legionnaires in trying to destroy his cataphract so I can have the cavalry advantage. And it more or less works. These pikemen kind of screw things up for me a little bit, so what I do is I go ahead and send my general unit cataphracts over here to hit these cataphracts from behind. I go ahead and kind of sacrifice my legionary unit. I got my cataphract archers hitting his cataphracts. I went ahead and started sending one of my heavy spearmen over to help, and then they get completely cut off, and they get killed as well. It was kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of a nonsensical battle.
The enemy general has been killed.
As you can see, I killed his general
The
there.
enemy general flees like a frightened
And I hear
child.
in the background.
Now attack and
And
break
here in the
the will
background,
of
we
his
have some
followers.
Scipii coming this way. And here's where I started bugging out with my cav because I wasn't going to get double teamed like I did 5 of my previous 6 games. So I just kind of, I go ahead and charge his spearmen from behind here, his phalanxes, and then I get out of there because I'm not going to get trapped again between 2 players. And I essentially give up with
This
this
general
part of my
is the
army.
perfect
I kind of
enemy.
let them just kind of
Does not stand but
induce
runs
casualties
away.
as much as they can.
Is there any point
Since it is
in
a
killing
sword
him?
fight, I figure as long as I can get my cav out of there and continue hit and run assaults on anything I can find, I have a chance to win the game. After a while, though, the solution players were complaining because I ran away from him and didn't finish the fight. Well, I would have, but I wasn't going to try to finish the fight against him and the Romans. So he wants to complain, that's on him, but I'm not an idiot, so we'll just kind of leave it at that. Now, like I said, the Carthaginian Scythia fight, it's essentially a hit and run fight, and the Scythians more or less win it with hardly any loss to themselves, especially infantry-wise. I mean, they I believe at the end of the game, they still had almost all their infantry. So, which of course you can't see here, but you'll see him later. He's got his cavalry archers, and they're just doing a heavy putting a heavy toll on these Carthaginian slingers. Back on my part of the battlefield, where most of the action takes place. Excuse me. This is where I'm starting to pick apart the Seleucid archers with what's left of my cavalry, my cataphracts. I do have one cataphract unit that's being chased by the Romans here. Like I said, he was complaining because I ran from him, and like I tried to tell him during the game, he's not the one that got gang banged on. I was, so I wasn't going to take any chances. Like I said, I pulled everything back to get easy targets, quite frankly, to be honest with you, because I wasn't going to get caught in that position where I couldn't win the game. I mean, that's the whole point of this. If you're going to play, I mean, to have fun and win the game. Well, if you fight, and like I told him, what general is going to sit there and let his army get slaughtered, being stuck between 2 armies, and he told me it was a BS excuse. I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude. So anyway, he ends up fighting the Scipii here, and excuse me, he does defeat them. Takes him a little while, but he does get them. He's got a few cataphracts left that he does some hammer and anvils with. Scipii player, he split his army up to fight both of us, but as soon as he realized I was kind of heading toward the hill here, he kind of took off. I did charge these Praetorians that were coming after me here, and I do annihilate them. My initial charge was to go after these cataphracts that were heading away, and I wasn't really gaining any ground because my cataphracts and cataphracts archers were tired. He was tired, but couldn't really gain any ground, so I seen the Praetorians there, so I decided to just charge downhill and catch them. And I do annihilate them. I basically do this big end-around run around the map, just trying to get as many kills as I can wherever I
As
can.
enemies, these men are perfect. They are
Solution
running
player
from the
just
battle in terror.
bashes what's left of the Scipii infantry. And now here, I wasn't sure exactly why the Carthaginian player did this after I watched the replay of the fight. He brought all of his infantry over here to our section of the field. Like I said, this is where almost all the action takes place, but he brings his infantry over here. I was kind of confused as to why, unless he was just tired of getting hit and run by the Scythian player, which personally I think is excellent strategy. You know, if you got it's kind of like saying with a pretty woman, you know, if you got it, flaunt it. That's kind of what the Scythian player does. Now, to the Seleucid player's credit, he ends up fighting a lot of folks. Like I said, he had his disagreement with me, which you know is fine, but you know, I think he was playing like it was a last man standing game. I don't think he was playing scoring, but at least that's the way it seemed to me. But he ends up fighting against the Carthaginian sacred bands here, and does pretty well, but the sacred bands just tear him to pieces, mainly because they seem to be more upgraded than his army. I mean, it takes him a while to kill this one phalanx. And he's got it outnumbered 4 to 1. Excuse me. He even hammer and anvils him, and that's eventually what gets him. There's the Scythians in the background, just kind of waiting. He was definitely playing like it was last man standing. He brought a scored style army, but he didn't have the urgency, I guess would be the right word. You know, when it came to trying to get as many kills as he could, he did well with the kind of army he had. But like I said, he didn't show any urgency as far as getting a lot of kills. Here's my cataphracts over here. I had charged down, here I'm charging down what's up to the Seleucid cataphracts and some retreating Roman forces. Like I said, getting as many kills as I can, wherever I can, and that's essentially what I do. I mean, I took a heavy toll on the Seleucid player with the cataphract fight. He just had no answer. His cataphracts were not as upgraded as mine were. So I would actually, you know, in that cataphract fight, I tore him to pieces pretty good. He does have one archer unit sitting back up here after, you know, these sacred band defeat his army. So he tries to maneuver them around, get a few more kills for his cause. But here I am, chasing down more folks, more urban cohorts. Like I said, getting as many kills as I can, whenever I can, and where I can. I come up here eventually and take down this sacred band unit with my cav. You'll see that in just a minute. And here's this sacred band unit. Might as well just give up. He's just completely outdone by all the cavalry, and there's just nothing he can do. And like I said, here's all the Scythian infantry, basically unengaged the entire game. I don't think he loses any of these guys. In fact, I know he doesn't lose any peasants. I don't know why he bought. I'm assuming he bought peasants to absorb some archer fire, but he really didn't need to. I don't think he loses any infantry at all. All he loses is cavalry. So, you know, it was kind of obvious, you know, with that, he probably wasn't going to win the game. He did, like I said, he did well though, but it just wasn't enough. Now, like I said, right there, I took down some more silver shield pikemen there. I'm going to take these down as well, get some more kills. And I eventually come over here, like I said, and I take down this Sacred Band infantry, Sacred Band pikes over here. I'll kind of let you see how that works out here in just a second. I said, what's left of Law's Wind's army, his Seleucid army? He's firing arrows at the backs of these sacred bands. Eventually, he starts firing on my cataphracts here, which I don't blame him. Like I said, he was mad at me for running from him, supposedly. Well, I guess, like I told him earlier, I wasn't going to get caught in between armies or get double teamed again. So, of course, one fight earlier in the evening, I got teamed on by 4 players, and that kind of sucked, but did halfway well, even though I was outnumbered 4 armies to 1. So, but anyway, here's my charge on the Sacred Band.
Enemy cowards, run! Drive them from the battlefield!
Once I'm done with the Sacred Bands, it says archers were upsetting my soldiers and firing fire arrows at them. My soldiers decided to charge here. And he starts running, but then he decides, since he's got some hill here, he turns down and faces down my cataphracts. He does lose, but at least he had the guts to, and the sense to use the terrain to his advantage as much as he could. And he does, in fact, like I say, he does charge. I do kill him, but he does charge in
Enemy cowards,
good
run!
game to
Drive them from the battlefield!
to Law's Win, or Lots of Laughs Win, whatever the hell you want to call him. He did fight a pretty good game. He fought against 3 armies. I fought against as many armies as I could find. Mainly him and the Romans. The Romans, like I said, the Romans at first, the Scipii, they started coming after. It looked to me like they were coming after me. Like I said, which is why I kind of bugged out of there. Excuse me. But I do, like I said, there was a plan behind what I was doing. So he just, Seleucid player just kind of misinterpreted what I was doing. So, but like I said, in a scored fight, it's about the number of quality kills you can get. There's no point in being stupid and keeping your army in one area, especially your cavalry. Use your if you have maneuverability on the battlefield, use it. It don't matter what anybody else says about how you use your mobility on the battlefield. If they complain, well, that's on them. I mean, the best thing you can do with mobility on the battlefield is use that mobility, which is what I do in great effect here, getting kills whenever and wherever I possibly can. I do face off against the Scythian. I don't do a whole lot to him because my people are exhausted. This fight doesn't last too long. I'll go ahead and fast forward here just a few frames and we'll kind of go from there. I see he's got some of these archers behind me. So I knew they were there. I really wasn't concerned about it. I just wanted to get this game over with. I really wasn't sure whether I was going to win this or not. I thought the Seleucid player may have been able to win the fight. But I'll let you guys see the results screen and the number of kills and all that good stuff. I do end up winning this. But like I said, I'll let you guys see the results screen. Like I I said, his infantry is virtually unengaged. They really don't do anything this entire battle. He uses all cavalry and does a very, very effective job doing it. Actually, a lot like me. I mean, this is exactly how I would fight if I was the Scythians. I mean, just use your cavalry, move around, and just, you know, get shots wherever you can take them.
Your general has been killed! This may cause panic in your army!
And the end is coming up very shortly, guys.
Your army has broken and your men are running
There we go,
from
he's
the
got
battle.
me routing. I'm going to go ahead and
Rally
fast
them
forward
or
you
the
guys to
day
the results
is
screen,
lost.
because this is pretty much it. It was overall an amazing battle. Sort of a nonsensical battle, like I stated earlier. Just a cluster of a mess, really, in my opinion, especially how everything just kind of unfolded on my side of the battlefield. Not much I could really do with it. But see, here I had 1,184 kills. I had the most kills, and obviously I had the most quality kills. Scythian player did really, really well. At least in getting a lot of kills. They weren't quality kills, but they were a lot of kills. Here's a Seleucid player. Like I said, I thought he was going to win it, but he ended up finishing second. But he fought really well. He really did. Complaining aside, you know, his difference with me, you know, whatever. He fought a pretty good game. Let's see. Look at the units here. Typical cataphract day for me. 231 for my general unit, and over 100 kills for each of my cataphracts, including my archers. So, hope you all enjoyed the battle. Any questions or comments, feel free to post them. Everybody have a good day. Play with honor, and get as many bloody kills as you can.